Dear students, welcome to another video. My name is Mujeeb, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce. In this video, we are discussing about what is business and what are the different classifications of business activities. In this video, you can learn what is business and what are the classifications of business. So first of all, we are looking to what is business. Nowadays, business is a common word and each and everyone know the meaning of business. So everybody know that business means transfer of or exchange of goods and service for making profit. So simply we can say that business is an economic activity carried out regularly with the objective of earning profit. It includes transfer or exchange of goods and services. So simply say that business means exchange of goods and service for making profit in regularly. So in this video we are discussing detailed classification of business. So in this video we are discussing the detailed classification of business activities. In this slide you can see that the detailed classification of business activities. The entire business activities are classified majorly in two parts, industry and commerce. So in the world you can see the lot of kind of business like manufacturing business, construction business and trading business, etc. and etc. So the entire business activities are classified in major two parts, industry and commerce. And looking to industry, there is another three classification: primary, secondary and tertiary. And primary industry further classified into two categories, extractive and genetic, and also secondary industry also classified in two categories, manufacturing and construction. We are looking to commerce. There is another two classification, trade and auxiliaries to trade. And trade is also further classified in two categories, internal, external. Internal trade also classified wholesale, retail. External trade also classified export and import. In this video, we are discussing the detail about these classification. So what is industry? Industry means it is the part of business activities which is concerned with the production of goods and extraction of materials. It includes business activities like raising and processing natural resources, manufacturing or assembling goods, construction of buildings, etc. Industries can be classified into three broad categories, namely primary, secondary and tertiary. So the entire business activities are concerned with the extracting of raw materials from natural resources and it convert to finished goods and the transfer of finished goods from the producer to consumer. This is the entire process of business. The entire process is classified into two parts. The first part is extraction of natural resource from the natural source like soil, water and air, and it convert to finished goods. This is the first part. This part is called industry. So in industry, the main activity is extracting natural resources and it convert to finished goods. So the entire industry is classified in major three categories, primary, secondary and tertiary. So we can look what is primary industry. So primary industry include all those business activities which are concerned with the extraction of natural resources or reproduction and development of living organism. So there is two major activities in primary industry. First one, extraction of natural resource from the natural source like soil, water and air. And also another major activity in the primary industry is that reproduction of living organism or multiplication of plant, etc. like that. Primary industry also classified in two categories, extractive and genetic. So we have to look at what is extractive industry. Extractive industry extract or draw out products from natural source like soil, water, air, etc. So in extractive industry, we extract or drop out natural resources. So for example, drop out of timber from the forest or fish from the sea. These are the extraction of natural resources. So in extractive industry, we collect or extract natural resource from the natural source like soil, water, etc. Extractive industry produce raw materials for secondary industry or manufacturing industry. And second classification of primary industry is genetic industry. So what is genetic industry? The industry which are concerned with the reproduction or multiplication of certain species of plant or animals to earn profit for their sale are known as genetic industry. So genetic industry means reproduction or multiplication of plants, animals, birds, etc. are the genetic industry. So for example, farming like cow farming, goat farming or agriculture are the examples of genetic industry. So these are the major two classification of primary industry, extractive and genetic. So we are looking to secondary industry. What is secondary industry? Secondary industry engaged in the process of manufacturing goods or construction of building, etc. Secondary industry are used raw materials supplied by the primary industry. So secondary industry mainly concentrate in the manufacturing of finished products or construction of building, road, etc. So the raw materials are used in secondary industry are extracted from the primary industry or extracted from extractive industry. So these raw materials are used in secondary industry for making finished goods or constructing building or road, bridge, etc. So as per the nature of these activities, secondary industry also classified in two categories, manufacturing industry and constructing industry. So what is manufacturing industry? Manufacturing industry means manufacturing industries are engaged in the process of converting raw materials into finished goods and create from utilities. So in primary industry, we will get raw materials. The consumers can use the raw materials. So it will be converted into finished product. This process will be engaged in the manufacturing industry. So manufacturing industry mainly focused in converting raw material into finished goods. Like timber converted into furniture or iron converted into steel. These are the examples of manufacturing industry. The another classification of secondary industry is construction industry. What is construction industry? These industries are engaged in the construction of building, raw material, bridge, road, canal, etc. The raw materials are required for these industries are supplied by the manufacturing industry and extractive industry. So the main feature of construction industry is that the construction industry's outputs are always immovable. The major difference between manufacturing industry and construction industry is that manufacturing industry first make the product and find out the consumer. In construction industry, first of all, find the consumer and make the product. So these are the main classification of industry. The industry mainly classified primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary industry also classified genetic and extractive. Secondary industry also classified manufacturing and construction. So here we can look what is tertiary industry. There's a lot of services are available to primary industry and secondary industry for smooth working of these industries. That industry is called tertiary industry. Tertiary industry are providing support service to primary and secondary industry. Tertiary industry consists of banking, insurance, advertising, communication, etc. So the smooth working of primary industry and secondary industry are concerned with some other services like banking, insurance. These services are provided by tertiary industry. So the major classification of industries are these. So now we are looking to what is commerce and its classification. We are looking to commerce. So first of all, what is commerce? Commerce include trade and aids to trade. So in industry, we are manufacturing finished goods. Then second stage is that transferring finished goods from producer to consumer. This process also included in commerce. So commerce include those all activities engaged with transferring finished goods from the producer to consumer. So there are two major activities in commerce, trade and auxiliaries to trade. First of all, we are looking what is trade. Trade is central activity of commerce. The entire activity is engaged with trade. Trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services with the object of earning profit. So simply we can say that trade means buying and selling of goods and services for making profit. So trade helps to movement of goods from producer to consumer for final consumption. Trade is also classified internal trade and external trade. So what is internal trade? Internal trade, also known as domestic trade or inland trade, refers to the buying and selling of goods and services within the boundary of a particular country. It involves the exchange of goods and services between individuals, business or region within the same nation. So internal trade means the buying and selling of goods and service, the both parties within the country. So internal trade means buying and selling of goods and service within the geographical boundary of a country. The buyer and seller in the same nation, it will be called internal trade. So what is external trade? External trade, also known as international trade or foreign trade, refers to the exchange of goods and services between different countries or nations. It involves the import and export of product and service across international borders. So what is external trade? External trade refers to the exchange of goods and service between different countries or nations. So the buyer and seller in different countries, it will be called external trade. So external trade also include export and import. Internal trade are classified wholesale and retail. Next we are looking auxiliaries to trade. What is auxiliaries to trade or aids to trade? These are services which help the removing various hindrances which arise in the process of trade. The important aids to trade are transportation, communication, banking, insurance, warehouse and advertising. So what is aids to trade or auxiliaries to trade? In the process of trade, there is a lot of hindrance like place, communication, knowledge, etc. These hindrances are removing by the auxiliaries trade. There are some service-oriented business. They help us the simple movement of goods from producer to consumer. The following are the different kinds of auxiliaries trade. First one, transportation. Transportation helps the movement of goods from one place to another place. And second one, communication. Communication helps to communicate the buyer and seller. And next one, banking. Banking help us to the financial need of producer. And insurance also help us to protect our goods from the production to the time of construction. Next one, insurance. Insurance also provide protection against some risk included in the process of transferring goods from producer to consumer. Next one, warehousing. Warehousing help us to keep our product in secure from the production time to consumption time. So next one, advertisement. The consumers may not know about our products, so the advertisement help us to provide knowledge about our product to the consumers. So these are the auxiliaries to trade: transportation, communication, banking, insurance, warehousing and advertisement. So thank you for watching this video.